Hello, 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 and welcome to Starting the Day the Right Way 5-minute devotion for April 19th, 2021. Hope everyone had a great weekend and we are off to start this new week. So, yesterday, my little guy coming out of church tells my wife, Mom, I think I'm going to take the day off from school tomorrow. So she goes, Why? He's like, Well, I kind of know all of it. I know all the stuff, and I think I've earned a day off. And when I heard this, I could barely stop laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, the mind of a 9-year-old. Clearly, he must have been thinking of, maybe I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, or maybe I find nothing will be impossible with God. I don't know what he was thinking, but these were the words that came out of his mouth. So I kind of probably think it was more in the line of Proverbs 16. And here's what the message says, verses 1 through 4, and then verse 18. It says this: mortals make elaborate plans, and that was a really elaborate plan my son was trying to make. But God has the last word. Humans are satisfied with whatever looks good. God probes for what is good. Verse 3, put God in charge of your work, then what you've planned will take place. God made everything with a place and a purpose. Even the wicked are included, but for judgment. Verse 18, first pride, then the crash. The bigger the ego, the harder the fall. All right, so that is the hardest, or one of the hardest things I'm finding with my son. He picks up on things very quickly, and he finds the shortcuts pretty quickly. And I think he gets that from me, unfortunately. But there's things that as an adult I need to teach him, and that certainly is one of them. But even as adults, and from my own personal experience, listen, nobody likes being told what to do. But if we do not have a teachable spirit, if we are walking around as if we know the answers to everything, we are going to run into some issues, right? And so I tell this, I'm a teacher, so I tell this to my students all the time. I say, guys, listen, I don't have all the answers, right? I tell my little guy, I don't have all the answers, but I know the God who does, right? And we'll go back to the Bible and see what the Bible says. And then we will we'll ask Siri, of course, and we'll ask Alexa, and we'll ask everybody, but eventually we'll find our way back into the Bible. So what we are trying our best to teach him is, you may know a little bit about a little something, but you don't know everything. And I have a feeling as we get into the teenage years, that's going to become greater and greater of an issue as far as him knowing things. So, but he just soaks up information. Like he'll know a lot about dinosaurs. He'll know a lot about construction vehicles. He knows a lot about space. Those are his core areas, right? That's the areas that he really, really loves, and he has a lot of knowledge about. But there are other areas, like listening on the first time, where he's a little bit not so expert on. But I think we all need to take this into account, okay? The moment that we start thinking that we know it all, we are walking down a dangerous path, okay? And we have to be willing to learn from our mistakes, because we all make them, and we have to be willing to accept constructive criticism. And again, this is a very borderline issue: what's criticizing and what's constructive criticism, okay? Who do you allow to give you constructive criticism? For me, my wife's my best friend, so I know when she points something out, a weakness in me, I know she wants to allow me to know about it. This way I can improve in that particular area. Have I always taken it willingly? No, absolutely not. In the more recent years, I certainly would say I've accepted it more willingly than our early years. So it's a process. It's a continual process, but it's not a process that we want to get to and say, I know everything. All right, dig into Proverbs 16. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Have a great day, and we'll be back tomorrow. Bye.